right. In 1998, I created and illustrated a deck of cards designed to inspire effective communication and to help people connect on a deeper level with themselves and others. It's called the Wish Deck. One of the most frequently asked questions is, how did you come up with this idea? Well, there are two parts to this story. One has to do with art and the other with communication, or lack thereof. And tonight, I'm going to show you how these two worlds magically came together to inspire Wish Deck. I'll be using some images from the cards to illustrate the story. Part 1, my world of art. Here I am, age 6. At this point, I've probably gone through loads of Crayolas and construction paper. My studio, the kitchen table, and my art gallery, the driveway. I set up cardboard boxes to sell my goods, snowflakes and shapes for 2 cents, and pictures for 5 cents. Of course, shapes were my biggest seller. I mean, who doesn't need a good shape? Most artists see the world through a different lens. My vision took me beyond the obvious and tapped me into unseen worlds. This gave me a unique perspective and allowed me to see what many could not. Which takes me to part 2 of the story, communication, or lack thereof. At this young age, I was keenly aware that what people were saying didn't always match the emotion of what they seemed to be feeling. Conflicts turned into battles without any resolution. Pink elephants in the room became the norm. And it was clear to me that our communication model was ineffective and broken. So fast forward to my late teens. I'm dating this guy, and I remember him asking me these 3 words, "What's the matter?" I was completely stumped. I didn't know how to honestly express what I was feeling. Not talking about true feelings and sweeping things under the rug was what the world had taught me. And that really freaked me out. So much so that I decided to take matters into my own hands. Research and discovery became my new journey, observing everything I could about communication dynamics. Life was my lab, and the people in it were my observation models. While looking inside of myself for answers, I began to uncover a new paradigm. I found a deeper connection to my authentic voice. I learned to express it and ask for what was needed. Realization about new ways of understanding and listening emerged. As Lao Tzu said, wisdom is knowing others, enlightenment is knowing yourself. Then in my late 20s, I went to an interview at a publishing firm in Chicago. They were having trouble filling a position. They needed an artist to draw like a kid, but couldn't find anyone that could focus their lens to match that of a 6 to 12-year-old. They needed someone who could tap into their inner child and draw like one. I shared with them my love for art and my ability to connect with kids. I think what sealed the deal was when I told them about my extraordinary skills for making snowflakes and shapes. They hired me on the spot. I knew the only challenge would be to let go of my adult brain and to draw on my 6-year-old driveway experiences. So for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and for 3 months, I sat in an office and let loose, drawing upside down, backwards, left-handed, eyes closed, and lots of scribbling. And then something happened that I really did not predict. All of that scribbling put me into a flow state. I broke the walls of my critical thinking, and my inner kid was free. I was in the magic, like an alchemist turning coal into diamonds. There wasn't anything I couldn't draw. And then came the aha moment. It was in this space that the idea of creating a tool for communication came to me. So every night just before drifting off to sleep, a download of ideas would come to me through this creative channel. They were potential situations that kids might experience and familiar scenarios that we all encounter in daily life that needed expression. So I would sit up, turn on the light, and jot down the ideas. And then every morning, I would wake up and draw the situations in an image form. The fluidity in which the drawings poured out of me was no doubt directly related to all of my many hours of scribbling. Night after night, 58 cards later, the ideas just stopped. The next step was bringing Wish Deck to life. So I laminated the cards and began workshopping them right away with friends and family. I took the deck with me everywhere I went, and I tested it on anyone who would play. And what I quickly came to realize was that adults as well as kids benefited from these cards. No matter what the age or situation, These cards worked. Wish Deck proved itself time and time again to open dialogue, stimulate conversation, break down barriers, and help people express themselves. Wish Deck is a conduit, tapping people back into their insight, their intuition, and authentic voice. 15 years later, in 2014, after many rejections from publishing firms, I decided to self-publish the cards. Wish Deck is currently being used by teachers, tutoring programs, therapists, and families. And because the cards have no words, they can be used internationally in any language. Change is inevitable. Communication is in the midst of a paradigm shift. A new language is needed, and it starts with us. From the old outdated model of win-lose comes a new paradigm of introspection, connection, balance, empathy, truth, and understanding, where everyone wins. It's time to kick open the door to a new awakening. Wish Deck is a conduit to our inner world where wisdom awaits our access, the world where empathy and understanding live, the very things needed for us to create a more balanced, connected, and harmonious life. Wish Deck is a tool to facilitate this positive change. Tuning into our inner voice, expressing our authentic self, and connecting with others through empathetic communication is our key to personal well-being, our connection with one another, and to the sustainability and future of our planet. Wish Deck, let your inner voice out. Thank you.